Hello. Hello. We are back again. Just like we said we would. It's Tuesday night and it's 9 o'clock. And we are going to do our... Whoop. Hey, Katie. You're just in time for our Fearless Taylor's version. Spilling the tea, talking about the story behind all of these iconic tracks from an era in which I became a Swiftie. If you missed last week's episode, we discussed that in a little bit more detail. My blue today is this little turquoise gemstone on my necklace, and I have the earrings to match. And then I will say my dress today is a little bit, it's got the little ruffle, so it's a little bit fearless. It's got a little ruffle to it.
There you go.
So,
I'm out of character today.
yes, welcome back, JC.
Thank you.
Always, my special guest. And in tonight's episode, like I said, we're going to be discussing the tea behind Taylor's Fearless album. We're going to start at the beginning and go all the way through all 26 tracks and talk about the meaning.
Power through those.
Yeah, we're gonna.
26.
It's a lot, so we're gonna have to be very succinct so we can get them all done in an hour. So we're respectful of everybody's time. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. If you are new to this series, hello, welcome. And we are, like I said, we're diving into the tea behind Taylor's iconic tracks, and we're gonna go through each song and talk about what the inspiration was, if it's about somebody. Now, granted, all of these are rumors, speculations, but we'll cite our sources, and then you can have, some fodder for your own research and your own deep dive into the rabbit hole that is Taylor Swift's Easter eggs. And my friend Katie from work is on here, and she actually, like when the liner notes were a thing, she was into those. Like the capital letters and all of that.
Oh.
Yeah, and like the Reddits and all.
Before everyone knew that they were a thing.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So she's
Very
been
cool.
doing the Easter eggs for a long time, and she was sharing some of them with me, and I was like, man,
That is a true Swiftie.
Yeah, I missed that whole before my time. Like I just thought they were typos. I never thought they meant anything else. So. All right, you are my guest, so as always, you're going to go first and start right off at the top, and then we're just going to, like I said, we got to kind of be succinct with our thoughts, so that way we can get through all of them. Otherwise, this will have to be a three-part episode. Come on in, Remy, if you want to come in.
Okay. So the very first track is Fearless. And according to this Vulture article that I have pulled up on my phone right now, it says here that Fearless is getting back up and fighting for what you want over and over again, even though every time you try before you've lost. And then as you kind of scroll down, it says Taylor loves to leave crumbs for her fans to decode, and the tradition started with her debut album, sending messages in the liner notes, which you just mentioned. And then the title for this one said, I loved you before I met you.
For the liner notes?
But it says here also that she said she was single when she wrote the song, and it's about her ideal first date.
Aw, that's cute. Yeah. All right.
That's all I got for that one.
Say hello to Remy, everyone. He likes to join us because he likes to be wherever I am. He is a true mommy's boy.
True Tay prop.
All right, yes, Karma is a cat purring in my lap. He's not quite purring yet, but you can see his tail is twitching like he's angry, actually. Okay, so track number 2 is 15, and if you Did not know. This is like pretty much based on a true story. Taylor's real life best friend Abigail is referenced in this song, and she talks about how they met. And she said she just really wanted to tell that story about our first year of high school because I felt in my freshman year I grew up more than any year in my life so far. So it's literally just about her and Abigail meeting their freshman year, and this was the song that made me a Swiftie. I heard it on the radio, and I just loved it so much, and I think it is so relatable, and, I think it's things that every high school girl wishes for.
Yeah.
Like, you wish the senior boy would look at you and say, oh, I haven't seen you around before.
Yeah.
Like, just these, fairy tale kind of,
yeah.
thoughts.
Kind of the struggles of being a 15-year-old girl in a whole new world, a freshman in high school, the struggles of doing that, and then, making new friends and going through that journey with them. So, yeah. Very cool.
That's it.
All right.
I also love the line, Abigail gave everything she had for boy chooses one.
I know. Yeah, that's such a good one.
Period.
The next song is Love Story. So this song, so Love Story was influenced
One more thing
by Letters to Juliet in 2010.
One more thing about 15 is, if you were following the Eras Tour, the American leg, she played 15 as the surprise song in Nashville because Abigail was actually in the audience, and she did change the lyrics slightly to reflect Abigail being in the audience, which was pretty fun, so you can look up that.
It's okay. It says here that back in the day, Taylor said this song was about a guy that never became an official boyfriend because her parents and friends didn't like him. And the liner notes message for this song was, someday I'll find this. So, very cool. And it really goes to show, just how much of, a writer and storyteller she is. Because if this was, about her own life, but she made it, a story related to Romeo and Juliet, it's kind of cool.
And I think this song, Love Story is another song that I feel like, even if you're not a Swiftie, you know this song.
Yeah.
You know Love Story, and I feel like it's one of the more catchy, kind of poppy, bouncy ones that kind of everybody, it got her on the mainstream radio stations, even a little bit more than 15, because it was just...
Yeah.
All right, number 4 is Hey Steven. This is a song that sometimes definitely flies under the radar, but I even forget about this song until I hear it, and then I'm like,
it's a good song.
This song, according to this article by Parade.com, this song is about Stephen Baker Lyles of the band Love and Theft, who toured with Swift in 2008. I hadn't heard it yet, so she told me about this song, but she didn't say, oh, I wrote a nice song about you. So I'm just thinking, what did I do? Because she doesn't really write very many nice songs about guys, so I was very relieved when it turned out to be a nice song, and it's actually one of the nicest things anybody's ever done for me.
Imagine being Steven and, all these years later.
Right.
But would they write a song for you?
Right, literally. But she really did, though.
Okay. Next is White Horse.
Such a great song.
So, as we know, the 5th song on Taylor's albums are notorious for being vulnerable, devastating, and chock full of feels. So for this one, it says here in this Vulture article, if this isn't about any one person in particular, the message makes it seem like she has dated more than one liar. And that this song, Taylor has said that this song is more about the worst part of a breakup, just the initial moment of, wow, it's over.
My article has something interesting about White Horse. It says that she previously revealed that she was going to save White Horse for her 3rd album, speak now, but she decided to include it on the Fearless album in hopes of getting it in an episode of Grey's Anatomy, a show so close to her heart that she named her cat after the title character. Her name is Grey Swift.
Wow. Wow. Also, just a side note on that, the liner notes message for this one was, all I ever wanted was the truth.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. So.
All right. Next, You Belong With Me. Classic. This is the music video with her in the Junior Jules t-shirt, and the guy from the Hannah Montana movie is in it, and he's her cute neighbor, and they're showing the little signs to each other. The one says, "You okay?" and he says, "Not really," or "No," or something, or "I'm sad," or so. I don't remember. It was like a frowny face.
Yeah.
But it's kind of been turned into a meme, so if you've seen that, that's what that originated from. And according to the Parade article, it said Swift was inspired by a guy friend's argument over the phone with his girlfriend when she came up for the otherwise fictionalized but also relatable storyline for You Belong With Me. Swift is dressed in a marching band, hearkening back to the original video in the visuals for the Taylor's version. And then there is in this Parade article, a tweet is like linked of Olivia Rodrigo holding up the "You Okay?" Olivia Rodrigo is a very big public Swiftie. She bought the cardigan, like she's big Taylor Swift fan, and like has drawn a lot of inspiration from Taylor Swift. So yeah, nothing true about this one, but she like knew of a phone call and then was like, "Ha ha hee hee, let's kind of make fun of this and poke fun of this." And look where it's gotten now.
All right. The next one, we've got Breathe, featuring Colby Calais. So, in the Vulture article that I am looking at and that I'm reading from, it says, in a making a video for this song, Taylor said it was actually about losing a friend and not the end of a romantic relationship, and that it's largely speculated to be about Taylor's former fiddle player, Emily Poe, who left the band before the Fearless era. So the author of this article said, I wonder if she accepted Taylor's apology.
All right, moving right through. Tell Me Why, number 8. Swift said that Tell Me Why was inspired by a guy she wasn't officially dating, but that would alternately show interest in her and then blow her off. It bothered me so much, she said, because he would say one thing and do another, do one thing and say another, because he didn't know what he wanted. He would just play all these mind games, she said. She met up with co-writer Liz Rose and recalled that she was just ranting and raving about how this guy is such a flake and such a jerk, sometimes, and so cool other times. But
okay.
No, like, named person. She said the first thing she wrote for Tell Me Why was the actual beginning of the song. I took a chance, I took a shot, and you might think I'm bulletproof, but I'm not. Interesting.
Okay.
Ooh, number 9. Good one.
Next one,
Good one.
You're Not Sorry.
Great song.
Yes. According to the Vulture article, Taylor has never said who this song is about, but she did say it was someone who she thought was Prince Charming, but clearly was not. The secret message makes the author of this article believe that it could be about Joe Jonas dumping her for Camila Bell, as other tracks on the album are, but only T really knows the truth. Thank you, Vulture, for that.
Make sure, if you are watching this video, make sure you comment your theories and any of the messages or Easter eggs that you uncovered, but also make sure you put your favorite Fearless track in the comments, because these are so fun to look back at. And if you were here last week, we went back through my Facebook statuses and saw a lot of Fearless era captions from like 2010 and 11, circa when I became a Swiftie. And yes, so drop your favorite Fearless track in the comments. And if you want to be extra fun, tell us why it's your favorite. All right, moving right along. 10, The Way I Loved You. This is a great song. This one really, I think this one was definitely in my captions.
That's a good one.
Or my Facebook statuses. And then based on the parade article that I have, Taylor said, I got this idea for a song about being in a relationship with a nice guy who is punctual and opens up the door for you and brings you flowers, but you feel nothing. The whole time you're with him, you're thinking about the guy who was complicated and messy and frustrating. Swift collaborated with John Rich on the track, and she said it worked because Rich is that complicated, frustrating, messy guy in his relationships. And that's it.
Dang.
Yeah. So I always thought it was just about the complicated, messy guy. Like I've never really heard it and thought, oh, this is like about, this is actually about, like, I mean, I know that there are good parts in that song, like, you know, you get along with my mom and all of these things, but I always thought that it was like, but she was highlighting, like, the negative of the same guy.
Yeah.
Like, I never saw it as two different guys.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I mean, I think that's a good song, but I don't think I've listened to it quite enough to really think deeply and philosophically about, like,
as in we're like,
we pick apart all
yes, we're actual philosophers who study
around Taylor Swift.
Yeah, study Taylor Swift.
So, yeah, I never really thought of it in that way, so.
Cool. Alright, yeah, we're almost halfway through already.
Alright.
We're doing great.
Forever and Always. I think I already know who this one's about, but I will see what this article says. Well, first thing, has anyone checked on Joe Jonas, ? This is what this article says. It is likely... Back on the Ellen DeGeneres show in 2008, Taylor talked about how she recorded this one last minute, and it just barely made the cut. And it likely bumped Mr. Perfectly Fine off of the final track listing from the original album. But now we live in a timeline where we get both. So I think it has. According to this article, it's pretty much safely assumed that this is about Joe.
Yeah,
but I kind of already felt that
my
way.
article says the same thing. Many speculate to be Joe Jonas losing interest. I didn't know why, because I wasn't doing anything different. I didn't do anything wrong. He was just fading. It's about the confusion and frustration of wondering why, what changed, when did it change, what did I do wrong. And then she said the guy I wrote it about ended up breaking up with me for another girl. Guess I know why he was fading. And he did go straight from Taylor to Camila Bell, so I'm just saying. And, I mean, it's interesting that article said that it was beat out by Mr. Perfectly Fine, because I feel like that one is also speculated to be about Joe Jonas, so they probably were both, you know, two chords of the same thread, and then that one for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is when Fearless originally released, we got the, like, pop version, for lack of a better word, of Forever and Always, and then we also got an acoustic version, so why did Mr. Perfectly Fine not make the cut? Because we ended up, like, we got two versions of Forever and Always on the original release. So that is an interesting... That is something interesting.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back, Remy. You missed us. I can't believe my boy's about to be 2. My little boy. Going to be 2 on my birthday. He's not so little.
I always forget you guys share a birthday.
Yes! Isn't that so fun? Yes. Alright. Number 12, The Best Day. This is one of my absolute favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time.
This is a really good one.
It is a beautiful song. I actually sang this song at my wedding, and my husband and his mom danced to it, so that's a fun fact, because I wanted some Tay in my wedding, and my husband is not a huge Taylor Swift fan, but he was having a hard time coming up with a mother-son dance song, and I was like, what if I sing this one, because it's, like, about being with your mom. But I have sang this song personally about my family. It talks about a little brother. It talks about, the mom standing back and letting her daughter shine. And this is very famously written about Andrea Swift, her mother, and her younger brother Austin is mentioned. And the music video for the original release of this song was just a compilation of home videos and photos of Taylor and Andrea and Austin all in their house, and it is just precious, and it is worth a watch. Might make you tear up, might make you cry, because it's just very touching. And especially listening to it in the vein of knowing that Andrea has suffered cancer and, is in remission and is... she lived through that. It just kind of puts a new perspective on everything. My mom loves this song. My dad loves this song. My dad can play it on guitar. So it means a lot to all the moms and daughters out there. And it's just a great one. Yeah. That's it. It's about her mom. Yeah. Which is it's not the first of its kind. She actually has written others about her mom, which we'll discuss in our later episodes, but... this was I think this was the first one that was about her mom, and then later ones have come after.
Yeah, this is a really good song. All right, so next one after that is Change. So according to my article, Taylor has said before that this was about the uphill battle she faced, being the only artist on a very small label. So the you in that message, from the liner notes message, is you made things change for me, is the liner notes. The you in that message was most likely Big Machine Records' Scott Borchetta.
Interesting.
So, but due to the reasons why she re-recorded this album in the first place, Swifties are taking back that narrative, saying that now, with this new era of her owning her masters for the records, is when things have changed.
Yep. So whether the you is to fans, whether it's... Yeah. All right, number 14.
I like this song.
This is an interesting take. I love this song. I felt it was interesting that on Taylor's version, all of the original bonus tracks that were actually... I had the Fearless Deluxe Edition, or the whichever it was. It was I don't know, it was the gold sparkly one. I think it was just the deluxe. And Jump Then Fall was the first track on the album, and all the bonus tracks were first, and then it went in. So, I went so many years thinking that Jump Then Fall was, the first track on Fearless. And so then when I actually heard, just the Fearless album, I was like, oh, wait, what? Mm-hmm. And then I felt it was interesting when she did the re-record and Taylor's version, and all of them were put at the back. Because when I put in the CD for the first time, and the... I was like, huh? I was really confused. But it's there. It's just at the back end. It's actually on disc number 2, if you've been following along at home. And this article from Parade speculates that this is actually written about Taylor Lautner.
Wow.
Which, if you watched our Speak Now episode, Back to December was written about Taylor Lautner. I Can See You features Taylor Lautner in the music video, and Taylor Lautner and his wife Taylor, also named Taylor Lautner, both showed up at the Eras tour. They met her on stage, they had friendship bracelets, and everything is hunky-dory now between the Taylors. But this, it was the Platinum Edition. Jump Then Fall was released on the soundtrack to the 2010 film Valentine's Day, which is another fact that I did not know. I did not know that song was on that movie's soundtrack. Fun fact, Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner both appear in Valentine's Day. They are together in the movie, and it is hilarious. And Taylor has a little dance number, and then, Taylor Swift has a little dance number, and then Taylor Lautner goes and, runs the hurdles and, trips and falls, and she's like, it's okay.
She's so dorky, hilarious. And as her character, her character is very dorky.
She's just supposed to be, very,
kind of ditzy.
Yeah, just kind of ditzy and just it's okay, babe, get up, babe. And they're all over each other, making out and stuff. It's so funny. If you haven't seen it, hi, thank you so much for joining. We're talking about Taylor Swift's Fearless. Drop your favorite Fearless song in the comments. Let us know what it is. We're talking about Jump Then Fall, which apparently, we're finding out now, is written about Taylor Lautner. The song has a distinctly country vibe, which, okay. Yeah. So, like, maybe it's about Taylor Lautner. It just kind of says that because it was released on the soundtrack for Valentine's Day, it's speculated that it's about him, but nothing, like, nothing really. But, interesting.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Next song is Untouchable. So the article that I have pulled up actually says, many people don't know that this song is about Al Capone.
Interesting.
And then, yeah, but there's not many other details as to why or what that was about.
Yeah, I have in my Parade article that is actually a cover of a song by Luna Halo, which I did not know that either. So it says there's not many like hidden messages because it's not an original song. Like this was actually a cover, which is also interesting.
Yeah.
Like I guess that's one caveat to the she writes all her own music because technically she didn't write this one because this one was a cover. Anything else about that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so number 16 is Forever and Always acoustic version. So we've already talked a little bit about Forever and Always. I'm just going to quickly see if there's anything different. In this Parade article, Swift is quoted to say that an emotion of rejection for me usually starts out sad and then gets mad, and this song starts with this pretty melody that's easy to sing along with, then in the end I'm basically screaming it because I'm so mad, and I'm really proud of that. For his part, Jonas told 17 magazine in 2009 that the song is flattering, adding, "It's always nice to hear their side of the story." So he has, like, kind of sort of come forward and said, yep, this song's about me, and has kind of owned it. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, it's speculated to be about Joe Jonas, and nothing, there wasn't a rhyme or reason for doing an acoustic version.
Yeah.
She just kind of picked and chose at that time. Like, Red had a couple of those that she did acoustic.
My article says this is the song for people who loved the original Forever and Always, but feel like crying in their bedrooms instead of driving around with the windows down.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yes, this is the lullaby version of the...
Yeah.
The next one, though, I love. The next one.
Yes, Come In With the Rain. So Come In With the Rain is the next one. I actually don't have much here. Yeah, my article actually doesn't have any information about that.
The only thing mine says is that it's just kind of a play on the phrase "come in from the rain," usually referring to coming back to reality after fantasizing or romanticizing a situation. But it doesn't really have anything specific. It just says that she's lamenting about a lost romance, but not, that's evident through the lyrics themselves, not necessarily like she has said that that's what it is. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Number 18. Sorry. Superstar. Which is another one for, like, I go back and forth on if I like this song or not, to be completely honest. I'm like, And Untouchable is honestly usually a skip track for me. I just think it's so long, and I just am like, no. But Superstar is said to be about Joe Nichols, a country crooner with whom Swift performed early in her career. Swifties pointed to Nichols because an early demo of the track mentions that the object of her affection is from Arkansas, and Nichols is an Arkansas native. And I'm trying to see. I know Joe Nichols, like I know that name, but I can't picture his face. And I know songs by him.
Yeah.
I just can't picture his face.
I can't think either. I don't know if I'm thinking of the right person, though, when I think of him, but yeah.
And then in 2011, Nichols complimented Swift's songwriting in a 2011 interview with CMT. When asked if he gets annoyed by traditional country lyrics, he explained, "No, I don't mind at all as long as somebody's singing about what they know. I don't care. If I had to guess, I couldn't imagine Taylor Swift singing about being a 40-something guy in a bar. She wouldn't know anything about that, so she sings about what she knows about, and it works. She's great at that. Same with me, same with everybody else. If I have experience and I'm able to deliver a song because of that, then it works." So he seems okay with it if it is about him. He's a pretty chill chap. Nice. Oh, next one is also so good.
The Other Side of the Door.
Love it.
I think that this article is suggesting that this is about Joe Jonas. But that's really it. My article that I'm reading says, "I feel like this Taylor and the Taylor who wrote All You Had to Do Was Stay should sit down and have a chat, because it seems like if they just swapped boys, they would be good to go." But it's otherwise suggesting that it's about Joe. But
interesting. Yeah, I don't have anything specific. I just have that it's two things Swift loves to sing about: a dramatic relationship and rain. She does sing about the rain a lot. I would love to know how many of her lyrics contain the word rain.
Yeah.
Or the metaphor
Literally.
of rain, or the verb
Seriously.
raining.
Yeah.
Pouring. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that, because we'll have some time after this. Okay. Number 20, Today Was a Fairy Tale. This was an original song written for the Valentine's Day movie. And then it was put on Taylor's version of Fearless, re-record, when it was released. It is country-like, it's romance, happy endings. It is speculated to be about Taylor Lautner. I wore a dress, you wore a dark gray t-shirt, echoing what the pair wore in their first photographed outing together. And I do feel like
This was in Valentine's Day, too.
I think, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I think, like, when he picks her up for their date in Valentine's Day, he's wearing a dark gray t-shirt. And so whether that was done on purpose as an homage to when they actually in real life went out together, or if this was just purposely put in the movie to go with the song, I'm not sure. That would be an interesting bit of information to see if it's out there in the behind the scenes notes of something, of which came first, the song or them being photographed together, the song or the movie, or vice versa, or I don't know. But it is in the movie when they go on their Valentine's Day date. She is in a dress and he is in a dark gray t-shirt. So, but yeah, it was an original song. And so that's why it's speculated that it's about him, but nothing for sure. But I also think it just kind of has this, again, like this high school feel to it of like first dates. And
when was this album released, though? We said in 2008. Because she didn't date Taylor Lautner until 2009, right?
Fearless. Let's see. Fearless was released. It's Googling. It's going. Was released in 2008. And we're going to look up Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner. The singer and actor met on the set of Valentine's Day and dated for a few months in 2009. So this song, like Today Was a Fairy Tale, might be about him, but it doesn't make sense for Jump Then Fall to be about him if it was written before they even started dating, unless, I don't know.
Interesting.
So maybe, again, as we say, these are all just speculatory rumors. People have dabbled in their own research and compiled all these different thoughts. And so that's why we're just giving you a piece of the infinite puzzle, and you can take it and go look it up on your own and say, oh no, I found this. It's just a matter of just a means of discussion, just something fun to dive into.
Yes.
All right. So now
we're getting into the From the Vaults. So the first one is You All Over Me, featuring Mary Morris. Great song. So I've got here that this song is about Joe Jonas. And then quoting the lyrics, the best and worst day of June is the one when I met you. And then, yeah. So that was, I guess, really the only evidence that I've got right here. But, very fun random side note. It's very synonymous to, which I know we talked about last week, is very synonymous to 1989's Clean. But yes. Obviously they're about different people. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're not.
Well, I don't know.
we don't have to get into that, but I don't know. I think this one's about Joe, though.
All right. Moving on to track number 22, Mr. Perfectly Fine. And in case you missed last week's episode, we were both in agreement that this is the best from the vault track from Fearless.
Yes.
This should have been on the original release. This Vince session about an ex who moved on very quickly contains a phrase that Swifties will recognize from Red's All Too Well. Casually cruel, and it's widely speculated that All Too Well was written about Jake Gyllenhaal, which we already talked about in our All Too Well deep dive, which is available on YouTube. And we talked about that in our we didn't talk about that in our Red episodes because we skipped All Too Well. So, if you want to hear our thoughts about All Too Well, shameless plug, go to my YouTube channel and watch the All Too Well deep dive. It is, I will tell you, it is like over an hour long because we talked about the original, the 10-minute version, and the short film, all things Jake Gyllenhaal, all things why you need to listen to this song and why it is quite possibly the best song Taylor has ever written. Both versions, neither one exceeds the other. It's just a great. I actually listened to the 10-minute version today, and it just hits every time. It just hits every time. No matter what mood you're in, you can always go for a little All Too Well. Anyway, this article says, however, if Mr. Perfectly Fine was written around the same time as the rest of the songs from the original Fearless, it would predate her relationship with Jake Gyllenhaal and may actually be about Jonas. What if this whole time All Too Well was about Joe Jonas? I'm just saying. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think she just really likes that phrase, casually cruel.
Yeah.
Like, I think she just really likes that wording. And it makes sense. Like, being casually cruel is, like, something that you can be.
Yeah.
So, Jonas's wife, Sophie Turner, I'm still on Mr. Perfectly Fine, complimented Swift's song as a bop on Instagram. We talked about this a little bit last week. So it's clear that there are no hard feelings. I'm quoting directly Parade here. And then you talked about this also last week, that in Invisible String, she references buying her ex's baby's presents, and Eagle-Eyed Swifties also noted that the songs Mr. Perfectly Fine, the Taylor Swift sings the line Mr. Perfectly Fine 27 times within the song, which they believe is a reference to the infamous 27-second phone call that Jonas used to dump her back in the day. That right there, that's a good piece of evidence.
That's something
right
she
there.
would do. I did not realize that was how many times she said that in the song, but that is totally something she would do.
Yeah, that's like a very subtle diss that it's like one of those if you know, you know type of a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And only certain Swifties would be able to pick that apart and like count that out.
To like print it out, highlight it. That's why I thought, Katie, you would do that. Katie would do that. She would.
Hey. It's alright.
She's always filling me in on like, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see this? Did you see this? 13, this, that.
Alright.
Love you, Katie.
Alright. Anything else about that one?
Nope.
Next one, We Were Happy. According to my article, Taylor sings about this song about a relationship that she is no longer in, but still deeply feeling the pain from. The same guy, possibly the same guy she wrote Tim McGraw about, which is speculated to be a high school boyfriend, Drew or Brandon. Yeah.
Do you have that We Were Happy is featuring Keith Urban?
Mm-hmm.
He must be just playing the guitar.
Maybe.
Like he's playing guitar and then and that's when he actually gave vocals.
Yeah, I think
Interesting.
so.
Wow,
Yeah,
you go, Keith. All right. Number 24, That's When, featuring Keith Urban. This one includes his vocals, as we just said. Okay, it says the song was originally penned between 2007 and 2008. Urban delivers an emotive duet. And it just says that in That's When, Swift kisses off an ex who broke her heart and asks when he can come back into her life. Nothing specific, just very general, just kind of a story. A love story, if you will. See what I did there?
All right. So the next song is Don't You. There's really not much in what the article that I'm looking at about this song, other than she was foreshadowing her switch to pop much sooner than she let on with this song. Yeah, there's no like, I don't see anything for this particular song, which is interesting.
Yeah, the only thing that I have is Swift has a chance encounter with an ex who's already moved on with someone new. The exchange is almost frustratingly cordial as Swift urges him to let her be, but again, nothing specific.
But I
Just
feel
kind
like
of describing the story doesn't really...
that kind of points back to Joe again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. I mean, this whole theme has been him moving on too fast, so...
I don't know. Yeah.
Alright. Now, technically there are 27 songs on the re-record because the Love Story Elvira remix, which was like the radio edit, is also included in the From the Vault tracks. But we are not going to discuss that one because there aren't any different lyrics or anything. It's kind of similar to the Forever and Always acoustic version, how we just kind of brush over that. So the last one is Bye Bye Baby, and this one, again, which if you listen to last week's episode or watch last week's episode or you're watching it on YouTube as a replay or what have you, we said that Bye Bye Baby, Don't You, and That's When all kind of run together. And reading what this says really has me thinking that I've never actually listened to this song, like, cognizantly. Because it says Bye Bye Baby brings with it more rain and similar themes to both 1989 track Clean and lyrical and stylistic comparisons to Michelle Branch's Goodbye to You. And then it quotes the lyrics, "It wasn't just like a movie. The rain didn't soak through my clothes down to my skin. I'm driving away, and I guess you could say, this is the last time I'll drive this way again. When there's nothing to say, and I try to grab at the fray, because I still love you, but I can't." Again, more rain. Something soaking, wet. Ocean, like so many water.
Yeah.
She really likes water. But yeah, so nothing, like, it doesn't give me any, like, oh, this is about this, or this, like, it just is kind of saying, again, that she likes water and rain. And she wrote another song about driving in the rain. So that's it. We are officially 10 days from Tortured Poets Apartment, and I already know what I'm going to wear to listen to the album. And, yeah, we, like, talked a little bit about this last week, but I don't know if I know what to expect from, like, is it going to be pop? Is it going to be alt? Is it going to be a mix? Is it going to be sad and sappy? Is it going to be just her reading prose poetry? Is it going to be, like, I don't know. Is it going to be a lover? Is it going to be the antithesis of lover? Is it going to be...
I think a lot of people think it's going to be, like, synonymous to folklore. But,
like a triplet, because folklore already had its sister album. So, like, is this supposed to be... Because then we have to talk about, is there going to be a Karma album? Is this the Karma album? So, like, is this the sister to Midnight's? Is it not? Is it an extension of Midnight's? Like, what is it?
Yeah. To be honest,
I think we're going to get a lot of Joe Alwyn
Yeah.
references that were kind of implicit in Midnight's, but now are
that track 5 title is So Long London. So
Long London.
I think that's what it's called.
So Long London. Hey, so. Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Thank you for joining. Number 1 fan. We need to get him
That's
a button.
my man.
We need to get him a button. Like a little badge.
You've earned your top badge button. Just kidding. You don't get a
top number 1.
You don't get a participation trophy, Jake. Okay, you got to work a little harder for that. What was I talking? So Long London. I think that's the track 5 for the Tortured Poets department.
Also, are Taylor and Travis still together?
Right. See, that's my thing. I am not really all that excited about this album because I don't want to hear a bunch of sad songs about her and Joe. That's behind me. I want to hear happy love songs about her and Travis.
But are they still together? Because all we heard for months and months and months during football season was Taylor and Travis, Taylor and Travis, Taylor and Travis, and now nothing. Squat. Zip, zilch, nada. And I know that she's traveling the world on the Eras Tour, and I know that he went to, was it Buenos Aires? Or which one did he go to?
Argentina?
Buenos Aires, yeah. And then nothing. You can't tell me that now that football season's over, he hasn't dabbled and went to some of those tours. You can't tell me that.
Yes. Sorry. But yes. So Long London, I had to confirm what I was saying. Is the track 5. So that's definitely a reference to Joe.
My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Let's just break this down. So we have like 15 minutes.
I didn't mean to interrupt your little spiel about Travis.
No, I just don't. We'll get to this. Are they still together? I don't know. Because I haven't seen anything. Like I said, I haven't seen diddly squat, nothing, no zilch, nada. So are they? Is it that football season's over, so he's not in the limelight anymore, so they're truly just like, when she's not traveling the world, they're just in his house and in bliss because he bought this new house that had, more privacy and because he was dating her and all this stuff. Is that what's going on? Or did they break up? Was it a publicity stunt? Was it just for football ratings? Was it just to get women to watch football? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, there were things that I saw that I was like, okay, this might be legit. But now why have we seen and heard nothing?
Because it's not her showing up to his football games all the time. Like, football's already pretty NFL's already pretty popular, but then, she's extremely popular. To see her at his game is, a big deal, I guess. I don't know. See, I feel like they're still together.
I don't know. I mean, it's not that I think this album is going to be about him, because this album was written, produced, and announced during the heat of their relationship.
Yeah.
So if anything, we're going to get another sad, sappy album after this one, and that'll be the Travis breakup album.
No! It's going to be the Travis Happy album.
I'm telling you.
And Lovey-Dovey album about Travis. But anyway, for that reason, I'm not all that excited about I am excited about the Tortured Poets department because it's Taylor Swift, and she makes phenomenal sad songs. I'm so excited to hear the track 5 because we know it's about Joe. So Long London, it's a track 5. We know Swifties what we know about track 5s. They're vulnerable, emotional, deep,
some are better than others.
So some are better than others, but I'm excited to hear that one. And I am excited for this album, but my whole thing is I've kind of already put the whole breakup with Joe behind me. And I'm like, I had my moment to feel sad about it. And I guess I probably expected an album, but now I want to hear love songs about Travis.
Okay, let's look at this. Let's dive into this. I want my little trophy. Laugh face. Maybe we can put one together. I might have some styrofoam cups I can put it together or something.
There we go.
Okay, so track number 1, Fortnite. I've heard, and not the video game, it's like Fortnite as in 40 days. Oh. That's what a fortnight means. Once upon a fortnight, it was 40 days ago. This is we're getting into medieval English here. Shakespeare.
Of course she is.
Shakespeare. So, I have heard some theories that, like, something about, like, this is a clue that something else is coming, like, 40 days after 419. Like, there's going to be some clue in there as to what is coming in 40 days. Or if you go back from 419 to 40 days, like, look at what she did 40 days. That,
of course. Maybe in 40 days from Fortnite.
I'm pretty sure Fortnite means 40 days.
Maybe in 40 days from Fortnite, she'll announce that she is releasing Reputation Taylor's version.
Oh.
Listen to me.
Definition of Fortnite. I'm
not good at the whole Easter egg thing, though, so I don't feel like that's probably accurate.
Oh, no. This says a period of 2 weeks. My fault.
Oh, well, maybe.
My fault. He was going away for a fortnight. My fault. 2 weeks, not 40 days. I had, like, a month. It's 2 weeks. So, fortnight. 14 nights. 2 weeks.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So then we have the title track, The Tortured Poets Apartment. Interesting. Then we get My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. This sounds like a heartbreak song. It sounds like heartbreak. Like, yes. Only breaks his favorite toys.
Yes.
I think that one's going to be like a nail biter. Like, heart opening, crunching. Yeah. But then again, I can also see it kind of being sort of like a vigilante type of, something like that. Like, that's true. Kind of a revenge song almost. Yeah. And then we have Down Bad. I don't love that title. But anyway, what do I know? So Long London we already talked about. But Daddy, I Love Him. This one, this reminds me of Little Mermaid. But Daddy, I love him. Like, that's... I'm really excited to hear this one. Yeah. I don't know what I'm expecting sound-wise and, like, melody-wise. Yeah. I just think that it's going to be... Again, I feel like it's going to be something that I wish I had, like, in high school. Yeah. Like, just kind of these, like, repressed feelings of, like... Yeah. / low-key, maybe an alternate ending to All Too Well, where, like, they stayed together and her dad... You know, because in the All Too Well 10-minute version, her dad tells her, like, it's supposed to be fun, turning 21, so it's like, maybe it's something, I don't know, but I'm really excited. Fresh out the slammer. What in the world?
Okay, as we're talking about these, I'm getting more excited about listening to them.
Why do I feel like this whole album is just going to have a vigilante, like, it's just all going to be, like, but again, it's what better introduction or, like, palette cleanser for Reputation Taylor's version. If they're all like this, like, very bass heavy, super, like, almost alt-rocky.
I can see it being a combination between that and sad songs. Like, revenge,
almost like Reputation version 2. Like, almost like a Reputation sequel.
Sister album.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Okay, Fresh Out the Slammer. That's instantly what made... Florida, ! That one sounds like a party anthem if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
And then Guilty is Sin? ? Oof. ? Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? Interesting. I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can. Does it can?
No Really I Can.
Yeah. This one also... I don't know, I think...
Kind of like the Daddy I Love Him.
I know. Very similar, like... I'm really excited about those two, I think. Number 12, LOML, Lommel, Love of My Life. People think that this one is gonna be, like, the sappy song of them. But I also I can't picture a sappy song on an album called The Tortured Poets Apartment. Like... I don't know, I'm not picturing sappy, I'm picturing, like, emo, moody.
Correct.
Like,
I feel that too.
angsty.
Like, it's not more like a reminiscing, like, sad song as, like, oh, love of my life, like, there he goes, I tried to fix him.
What if it has, like, a Lips of an Angel vibe? Like,
oh my goodness, take me back to 5th grade.
Coming from the... And then, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. the smallest man who ever lived. This
Yeek.
sounds...
I wonder if this one's about Scooter, though. No,
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
this sounds
Just
very
kidding.
much like the My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. Like,
Yeah.
very much in the same vein. And then we have the... I think the last three... Aren't the last three the bonus ones, or no?
I have no
I think,
idea.
yeah, the Bolter, the Alchemy, and Clarabelle, those are all, like, so you have, and you know what I did? I spent the money and bought it, because I couldn't stand it not having it on, but you know what it is? It's digital anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, take it from me, do not buy the CD right away.
Yeah.
Because you'll end up regretting it.
Because then
Because
she'll
she
just
always
release more later.
yes, she always ends up releasing something else. So what I did for $19.89 was I actually waited until it released physically, and then I just got it at Target. So I had to wait like a little bit longer, like a couple days longer than everybody else, so I could get it at Target. But I did not have this one. This one, I was just like, nope, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get the vinyl for my wall display, and I'm gonna get the CD. And you know what she did? She released 3 alternate versions. 3.
Yeah.
And I won't have any of them because I'm not spending that much money.
I know.
Like, you're expensive.
Yes.
I did, you guys. I found, you guys will never believe what I found at the flea market. The flea market, you guys. Katie, are you on here still? Because look what I found at the flea market. Speak Now, Taylor's version, vinyl, sealed, flea market. Now, granted, it was not cheap. It was $43, so I only saved like $7, but still,
Yeah.
sealed. Beautiful, beautiful flea market. You never
Very
know what,
cool.
You never, and they had Midnights. They had a different version of the Midnights vinyl than what I have, and I was like, ooh, but I already had that one. But the Midnights one was only like $24.99. That's a steal. But yeah, the flea market. And I will say, I think this is my favorite vinyl cover so
Yeah.
far.
I
This
do
one.
I do like that one.
Like, I just love the dress. I love her hair. Like, I just think she looks really radiant in this one.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I got that at the flea market, everybody. And I just had to show you. But,
Cool.
speaking of Tortured Poets Department, we will be here with you probably, let's be real, probably not the 19th because we're going to do our very first listen on the 19th. So if I'm being real, the 19th will probably get the YouTube version of the reaction. So, and then on the 20th, we will, or possibly, I mean, depending on how early we get started with our listening party, we might be able to go live on the 19th for first reactions, first listen, overall, like, first impressions of the Tortured Poets Department. So make sure you mark your calendars. I can't, like I said, I can't give you a time, but I will post it to my stories either the day of if I know it's going to be Friday or the night before, so that way you can mark your, excuse me, I have the hiccups. So you can mark your calendars and set your reminders so you can be here with us to hear all of the thoughts about all of it. And then you can check out the YouTube video. So the difference, for those of you who are interested in watching both, the difference will be on YouTube. It will truly be a first listen video. So we're going to start recording, like we'll do our little intro, we'll listen to the song, we'll come right on camera and film the reaction like right after it happens. And when we jump on here, it's going to be like an overall, this is what I thought of it, kind of, you know, a synopsis of the whole thing. I think there still will be some overlap in the, oh my gosh, I love this song so much, this was a great one, but it's more so going to be which ones are our favorites, which ones didn't really hit for us, just because we will. So if you want the true initial first reaction, you're going to want to go check out the YouTube video when it drops, and I will put it on my stories here, but we're very excited. We can't wait to see you guys in just 10 days for the release of Tortured Poets Department. And now we're done with Fearless. Taylor's version. We're done with all of the re-records. So the next time we get together for a Swiftie, we're going to be talking about Evermore, which is so exciting.
Yes.
It's a great album.
It's a great album.
So now we're kind of just working our way backwards. So all of the re-records are done. We're going to do the Torture Poets Department stuff. And the next time we see you guys for a Swiftie, we're going to be diving into Evermore. Great album. So make sure you get your cardigans ready. Make sure that you get your cardigans for Torture Poets Department, because there's probably going to be one, I'm sure. And if you need one, I've got you. I will hook you up with a link. So let me know if you want one, because I have a super cute one that is a little bit cheaper than the Taylor Swift ones, and it gives off the same vibe. So let me know. And thank you all so much for watching. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you hit that red button and subscribe. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And stay tuned for all of our Taylor Swift videos to come. Thank you so much for being here with me again, to my great special guests. And for all of you who watched, make sure you put your favorite Fearless song in the comments, because we love to see it and we love to look back and watch them. And my favorite Fearless song is probably 15. All these years later, it's just hard to top it.
Yeah.
It's the one that made me a Swiftie. I feel like that can't not be my favorite song. I do really like The Other Side of the Door and Come In With the Rain and The Best Day and White Horse.
White Horse.
And Mr. Perfectly Fine.
And
Fearless. And You Belong With Me.
basically all of it. Yeah.
Basically all of them. You know, my least favorite is probably Change. And then my second least favorite is probably Breathe. And then the rest of them, the rest of them pretty hit. Especially You're Not Sorry, like that really, like, big piano part. Oh, yes. Yeah. Anyway, what's your favorite? And just send us off with your favorite Fearless song.
I really like, 15 is a classic, so probably that one. But then also White Horse is definitely one for me that I really love.
Yes.
So.
And if you're feeling in your Fearless era, make sure you check out the movie Valentine's Day, starring Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner. And if you are wanting another kind of random fun fact Taylor Swift movie, she's actually in the animated version of Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. So you can check that one out too. I watched that movie not too long ago, and it was great. So, and that one has Zac Efron in it as well. So make sure, which, if you watch some of our other videos, I think there was a Speak Now song that was rumored to be about him because of the time they worked on The Lorax. So, fun fact. So make sure you go, and if you're in the mood to do some Taylor Swift movieing as well.
Heck yeah.
And there's always the Eras Tour movie on Disney Plus as well.
Yeah.
So, if you're in your Fearless era and really want to see Taylor Swift on the big screen, go check out Valentine's Day. It's a great movie. And I
Miss
feel
Americana.
Yes, the
Reputation Tour.
Reputation Stadium Tour.
Valentine's,
the Long Pond Studio Sessions on Disney Plus.
I want to watch that one again, honestly.
Yeah, that one was very good.
That was a really good one.
There is one on Amazon Prime as well. I think it's just called, like, the Taylor Swift Story. It is not the greatest quality, I will admit. Like, I was watching it and noted some mistakes in it. It was very low budget. I don't know where the people got their information, but it is kind of a good, like, very basic. It kind of takes the little Golden Metro Taylor Swift book and kind of put that into a documentary. Like, it just kind of goes through, like, she was born in Pennsylvania on a Christmas tree farm. Like, all the things that are pretty common knowledge at this point. Mm-hmm. It just kind of, and the whole, like, there's no interviews. It's just all, like, stock photos. But if you really want to go back to the basics on your Swiftie knowledge, you can search Taylor Swift on Amazon Prime and get some interesting options.
Yes.
And yes, I did watch them. What does one do when one is homesick other than watch random documentaries on Amazon Prime? Yeah. All right.
Can't blame you.
You all have a great night, and we will see you back here on the 19th or the 20th for the Torture Post Department. Woo-hoo! Happy Tuesday, everybody. See you next time. Bye.